Hello from the Hub Studios. This is Mark Sobowitz with the Clarion Voice. This morning we have Jamie Tougas with us. Jamie, thank you very much for being with us. We appreciate it.
Hey, it's good to be here, Mark. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Jamie's going to be talking about today about his new ministry, People on Purpose. But Jamie, why don't you introduce yourself to some of the people that are watching this video?
Sure. Thanks again, Mark. Well, the ministry of People on Purpose is born out of my own life experience and so forth. So I kind of grew up in a house that looked, pretty good on the outside and 4 kids and mom and dad, working hard and everything like that. But I felt lonely in the middle of the family, and I felt like I didn't fit a lot of the times. Later in life, I learned that I had mental illness, what the doctors call mental illness, deep depression, anxiety, fear, all kinds of personal struggles, never really feeling good enough in high school, not feeling that I fit in. And then in my younger adult life, it was hard for me to launch, but I did. I got involved in my career in high tech and so forth. But all the while I was battling self-image stuff. And it continued to grow throughout my marriage, throughout my life. I went through a lot. So in addition to the mental illness thing, I found out I had lies that I was believing about myself, that some lies were in my soul I didn't even know I had. And so all this stuff started building up and affecting my life. So I ended up with marriage failures, addictions, many difficulties that were just hard for me to overcome. There were times I hit the wall, I wanted to give up, and maybe there's people that can relate to that, I don't know. But when you're trying to work your way out of a kind of an inner battle, it can feel lonely, and challenging and difficult. And so that's what it was like for me. So I reached out. I saw so many doctors and therapists and counselors and pastors and priests, basically anybody that I could try to find, to help me in my life. And I got some help. But at the end of the day, I found that part of that journey involved me being 100% responsible for growing and changing. And I couldn't depend on all the helpers that fixed me. I had to do it myself with God's help. And I did. I learned some stuff. I learned, to forgive myself and to forgive others. And as funny as it seems, like actually to forgive God, So changes started happening in my life. Started to find out who I was. They talk about identity. I started to find out who I really was. When that started happening, I got excited. My life started to change. And I started to see possibilities for where I could fit in to help other people. And then I got training, and then that training has kind of morphed itself into where I am today.
Was there a point specifically that changed you? Were you witnessed to by somebody? Did you go to a church or anything like that had an influence on you? What was the trigger point that caused this change?
I'll tell you. I had known God, and believed in God and read the Bible and so forth for my young adult life. But the turning point was was when I went to my 3rd rehab in about a 2-year period. And I was done with options. No one else was going to pay for me to help me. No one else was going to do anything to change my life. And I made the arrangements. I called the people. I drove up to the little house that I was going to go for my treatment at, and I had all my things in a plastic garbage bag. And I rang the doorbell, and I said, "Oh, God, help me." And I didn't even want to change, but I knew I needed to change. And I walked in there, and from that point on, I learned, Mark, about a deeper surrender that was transformational. I gave up. I had no hope. I had no ability to help myself. And it was from that point that was a turning point for me.
Very good. That's very inspiring. Now, your ministry, People on Purpose, that you're developing, tell everyone what the basis, what the foundation of the ministry is, and what you're wanting to do.
Yeah, great. Well, it's kind of two pieces to it. And one piece is in working with people that are making sense out of their life, just like I told you with my story. So a lot of us are trying to make sense out of the stuff that's happened to us in our past. Someone said to me one time, why do I have to look at my past? And my answer was, you don't have to look at your past. But if your past is showing up in your present, then maybe it's good to look at it. So for people that are like me, going through things, trying to make sense of difficulties in their lives, I get to help them. So with all kinds of issues in their lives.
What kind of resources are you going to be using to be able to help people? Are there? I believe you've written a book and it's just in the final stages. Is that correct?
Yeah. I'm excited about it. In fact, just last night I got the first round of edits. It's at the publisher. That book's going to help people. It's called Rise and Shine, Fresh Hope for Brave Souls Demanding Freedom. And it's just an easy read of my story with little solution nuggets tucked throughout the whole thing. And the best part about the book and also about the ministry is focusing on people's purpose. And what I found is, in addition to just sort of sorting out and forgiving people and getting reconciled and so forth with yourself and with other people, when we start to understand our purpose can pull us forward out of our muck. It's powerful. So purpose is transformational. So that's a whole nother set of classes and content that I teach and talk about.
Okay. So then are there any other resources besides the book that you're planning on using to help people, one-on-one kind of sessions and things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm developing course content that can be web-based or internet-based, training, face-to-face training I want to do. And then also, yes, I will work with people one-on-one through counseling and coaching.
Now, if there was a situation which was beyond your expertise, would you be referring people to other, professionals?
Yeah, I'd call you. I'm just kidding. No, yes, of course. Yeah, I have trainings and certifications for many things, but I know what my scope is. And so, yeah, network with people around here that are, professionals that can help people.
Now, how many, what is the course, as far as the length of the course is concerned? Is it like, are they meeting once a week or, how is that going to work?
Yeah, good question. Some of that's, being worked out as we speak, but I know that there's going to be a 5-module course that I'm putting together, and I expect each module to be about 20 minutes. This is for the web-based training and the online training. What I love to do little workshops, like Friday night, Saturday workshop with people live, face-to-face, because I love the interaction. And the other thing that happens is when we're around safe people, we grow. Mm-hmm. So that's why I like to work in groups. And so, to answer your question, I'd like to be doing face-to-face things with people, face-to-face workshops, along with the web-based things we're putting together.
Okay. Well, I have one burning question. Okay. What is your purpose?
Oh, boy, that's $1 million question, isn't it? And really, to be honest, my purpose is to ignite people into the world of purpose. And there's a multiplier to this. It's not only a personal thing for me to find my purpose or you to find your purpose, but I believe that each one of you, each one of us has a destiny. And that might sound kind of funny because when I was wanting to give up and I was in the middle of my struggles, I didn't necessarily believe that, but there was a small voice that was whispering to me. Maybe you've heard it. And that voice was telling me, you're not forgotten, man. I didn't leave you here to be alone and to make a mess or be a mess of your life. So now my purpose now is to help people live purposeful lives. When we do that, my theory is the world's a better place. And the world needs us right now, right?
Absolutely. So how do people get in contact with you regarding your class, and when is this all going to start?
Yeah, the launch is scheduled for this summer, June probably. And I would say you can reach me on my website, which will be up by June, at jamietougas.com. They'll probably put some kind of information on the screen here. Or also at my email, jamieb505 gmail.com. And people can do that right now.
Okay, very good. So then, the book that you're finishing, when is that going to be available to people? Around the same time that everything's starting?
Yeah, everything seems to be merging together to this June time frame. It could be the end of June or middle of June or something like that.
I see.
Yep.
Okay, very good. So once again, in order to get in contact with you, it's by email. It's jamieb505@gmail.com.
Yep.
And then what is the other?
The website will just be jamietougas.com, so it's easy.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Now, just for those of you who don't know how to spell, it's JAMIE Tougas, TOUGAS.com.
That's right.
Okay. Thank you, Jamie, very much. We appreciate you talking about people on purpose. And the ministry is going to be starting in June. And in the meantime, you can get in contact with Jamie through the website that will be up shortly, as well as his email. And then there'll also be a book that will be available for the classes that will be taught by Jamie somewhere in the community, hopefully here in Atascadero. And we want to thank you very much, Jamie, for being with us and talking about people on purpose. And we want you to like and this video and share it with someone, because I'm sure there are people that resonate with Jamie's story. And as far as that's concerned, we want you to like and share, and we also want you to hit the bell. And from the Hub Studio, this is Mark Sobowitz with the Clarion Voice.